So for the end of part one of my book, which is the part one of Mountains Beyond Mountains, is it's called Dakote Paul, which means Paul the Saint, which is what the Haitians call him because they believe he's like a gift from God and a saint to them. And so chapter 4 wraps it up, and Paul Farmer, he selected like groups of tuberculosis patients, 2 groups of them, to conduct a study and see how different ways to heal them and everything. And both groups received. Let me look at my notes. So both groups received the same treatment for free, but one of the groups, the trial groups, received other services on top of it. They got like extra visits from healthcare workers and monthly cash payments. So it was kind of like an experiment to see the difference between just medical care and then adding on poverty and the access to other resources and how it can affect it versus just the treatment and leaving. So like a sustainable way to treat the patients and see what it was. So when the study ended, only 48% of the group who received the free medicine was cured, but while in the group that received the extra services with like the health care checkups like a couple times a week and counseling and monthly cash payments, 100% of the people were fully recovered. So that really, his study found a lot of gaps and it filled in an interesting question and way to move forward on how to really address the healthcare problems in third world countries and even in the United States and any healthcare system in general, and what factors really help that. So then our author, narrator guy, he talks about the people in Haiti and how they're wearing secondhand American clothes, and he finds it strange. And so the Haitian people call the clothes Kennedy's because actually President Kennedy he created a program and paid for it that sent machine oil and a lot of other clothing and necessities to Haiti to help nation building, quote unquote. But it's over, obviously. And so the people actually believe that the machine oil was cooking oil, and so they put the name Kennedy on all the goods of bad, things that were of bad quality, or it was inferior to them, or not the best thing they could receive, because here they couldn't even eat and they received machine oil. And yeah, that's just rambling. But so then they go to a home care visit, and Kidder gets to see how Farmer works outside of his clinic that he created. And the patient he lives in a hut, and he made the run to he went all the way to this man's hut in Haiti because the man had canceled his appointment. And when he got there, he said that he canceled his appointment because he didn't have the money and he couldn't pay. And he talks about how he didn't receive enough money at work or for all of his stuff for the past few months to pay for the treatment that he needed, so he couldn't come. And then and then Tracy Kidder, our author, he says to Dr. Farmer, he asks him what his reply would be if other healthcare workers were unwilling to make the same crazy extra effort that he makes. And then Dr. Farmer says that he would say F you to them. So he's got a little bit of a potty mouth, but he's funny and he's very passionate about it. And it's really interesting seeing from the author's point of view, but through it as a biography and he's just instilled himself inside of farmer's life in Haiti and really chronicled everything to show his story, kind of like in Henrietta Lacks almost, where our author is interwoven into the story as well as part of the story. So I really found that interesting, and I really enjoyed that for part 1 of Mountains Beyond Mountains. So then, like, overall for part 1 of Mountains Beyond Mountains, which is Dakota Paul, is what the part 1 is called. So sorry, because there's 5 parts. I'm rambling. Anyway, so I would like baseline, like, summary. There's like 3 main things that I'd take away. And so, like, what Dr. Farmer, sorry, I'm not on first name basis with him. Dr. Farmer learns from, first of all, being chronicled by this man who sees him and kind of exposes his light and how, oh my God, you're not a real normal doctor, like, you're doing all this extra work. Why are you doing it? What are you doing? And Farmer's never even questioned it. It's what he does. It's his calling. He has to do it. He loves truly helping people and caring for them. And so, like, Tracy talks about, like, the lessons that he learned sort of from Farmer during, like, this time. And it's like that there is this innate and, like, absolute connection between poverty and poor health, obviously, and that behind the beauty of Haiti and the hills and like the resort areas and tourists and an ocean and all of these things, there's this, like, the horrible truth of these people suffering and poverty and lack of access to basic goods and needs, and that alone he can't believe it's still happening in this day and age, this was written in 2004, and it was chronicled all the way from 1999 to 2003, I believe. So, and then he talks about the white liberals is a big thing that Tracy mentions for like the people who come in and have their farms or their business interests on the island and don't give a crap about the people, excuse my language. And so it's like anyone who claims to help Farmer's cause and, like, they're so proud of him and they are part of it, and then they donate and blah 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 back home or in America in general, if they are like, oh, I've heard of this charity, or Dr. Paul Farmer, he works in my hospital, he's my professor, and I donated this or that, or I give you this. And Kidder talks about the difference, the, like, immense difference between someone who actually gives, like, goes through a personal sacrifice versus and devotes their soul and life to the cause and gets it done and is working every single day to make it happen, and it's just relentlessly, like, his calling, and it's what he wants and needs, and it's from the goodness of his heart, versus these people who can see volunteering or like helping third world countries and aid and like such organizations or anything as they're part of, and it's just, you're the elite rich, or you're this or you're that, and you're part of, it's just like token charity work. And he talks about the difference and how he sees just this different light in Dr. Farmer, and he is just honestly awed by it. So it's a really, really, really good entrance into the book. Like, part one as a whole, really, you see the connectedness, like, after you read all the chapters, which there are 4, but each one kind of introduces and changes a little bit of your perspective, but it all stays the same of how Kidder continues to get these, like, aha moments, and it's really, really fun to see that and understand them and like follow the story like it's a story when it's true. So that is part 1 of Mountains Beyond Mountains.